Hey there, guys. It's Liz here. Happy Thursday. Excuse me, guys. Do me a favor. And as you're hopping on, if you're catching this live, let me know where you're watching from. I am coming to you from sunny Reading, Pennsylvania today. And in just a couple of moments, I'm going to have one of my good friends and colleagues, Erika Dale. She's going to be coming on here and sharing her story and her experience and how she's been able to be migraine free for the last 2.5 years. So, hey, Erika, thanks for hopping on, lady. How is Indiana today?
It is gloomy and doomy. How is Pennsylvania?
It's partly cloudy, sunny. It's pretty nice. It's not like in the hundreds like it was getting to the other day, so it's pretty good. But thanks so much for taking a couple minutes coming on and sharing here. Guys, I know so many of you suffer with migraines. In fact, just in the U.S. alone, they estimate about 38 million people just in the U.S. that suffer from migraines every year. And June is Migraine Awareness Month. And I've heard Erika's story a couple of times. She's a friend and colleague of mine. And I was like, you know what? There's no better person for me to get on here and have her share her story because she's had them since she was 14. So guys, drop a 1 below if you have ever experienced a migraine. And if you know anybody that experiences them or you yourself do, go ahead and tag a friend, tag a family member, make sure they get this information because Erika's story is so inspiring. She suffered from them for so long. So Erika, can you let us know, first of all, like how long you have had them and what else did you try up until you got to the point where you found something that actually worked?
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me on, Liz. Love watching your lives and all the content and value you bring to people. So it was pretty crazy when they said June was Migraine Awareness Month. I didn't know there was such a thing. But yeah, I have dealt with migraines since I was 14. So I'm 33 years old. And you guys, I tried everything. I'm talking like prescriptions that made me sick. What the point was, I don't know, because my migraines made me sick. So I'm like, well, why are you giving me this? They gave me something that would dissolve on my tongue, which literally made me gag. At one point in college, I was injecting myself with a shot every time a migraine would come on.
Wow.
And you guys, you name it. These prescriptions for migraines, if you're a migraine sufferer and you're paying for money or for medicine, it doesn't matter if you have insurance. Those shots that I would give myself were $115 for one. Because I was in college. Like, I didn't have $115 to go and buy a freaking shot. And here's the thing. It was crazy. I thought, well, this is it. This is going to work. I mean, I'm literally injecting my thigh with medicine. It's going to work. And what it did, I felt high for about an hour. The migraine wasn't there, and then as soon as that feeling wore off, it was a full-blown migraine. And I just said, you know, there has to be something else out there. And I tried it all. Every 60 to 90 days, I was back to my doctor, like, what else can we do? What else is out there? And the most recent medication that I was on was it was called Topamax. And you guys, if you've ever heard of Topamax or you've tried it, drop a 2. I call it Dopamax. That was my name for it. I felt like the biggest idiot in the world. I mean, I would literally be like, hey babe, can you hand me that, and it would be like a fork. Like I couldn't think of the word fork. And so I called it Dopamax. I felt like an idiot. I forgot things all the time. I had numbness in my fingers and in my toes from it.
And that's a medication for seizures.
It is a medication for seizures. And when I found that out, I'm like, what did you put me on? I mean, I'm the idiot for not researching it and just trusting my doctor, unfortunately. But I was blown away. And honestly, I started taking it, Alyssa, and within like the first week, I was working out. I took this session at one of our CrossFit gyms, and I got done, and the coach was like on her cell phone. She wasn't really coaching. And I walked into my husband's office in tears. And I was like, you need to get this together. That coach isn't even coaching. There's a new person out there. And I start crying. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Well, I called my nurse practitioner, and I said, this is not okay. And she goes, oh, well, that's a symptom. Anxiety and depression is part of it. And I'm like, take me off of this. I'm done. she goes, oh, you can't just stop taking it. You have to wean yourself off of it because it's so strong.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what am I taking? It did lessen my migraines to like 2 a month instead of 3 or 4. So I was like, well, is it worth it? Again, it was like $100 a month on top of my insurance. And then I found the little yellow pill. I found NRF2 technology. And honestly, I started taking it because I was told, you know, hey, better mood, better energy, better sleep. And I'm like, sign me up, $40 a month, sign me up. And after 30 days, I actually had to ask Jesse, I'm like, babe, I don't think I've had a migraine this month. And we both like kind of sat back and calculated our month, and we said, oh my gosh, you have it. And so I weaned myself off of that Dopamax because I didn't want to just cold turkey stop. I didn't know what would happen. So 60 days of doing that, nothing, no migraines,
wow,
not even an inkling, not even like a start of one. And here we are 2.5 years later. I haven't taken a prescription medication since January of 2016.
wow.
And I haven't had a migraine.
That is so awesome. Like, I can't even, and it's so, I knew you were going to say Topamax. I know when we've talked about this before, I didn't know which prescription you were on, but one of the, you know, the girls that I know Lauren Sherman has shared her story on here before. When she found out, she was like, this is for seizures, and she knows she wants to have kids. She's like, I know I would need to get off this before I would have kids. And she decided when she started taking the little yellow pill that she wanted to wean herself off because she's like, I can't believe that somebody even put me on this. And, you know, I know that you said, oh, you know, shame on me for not asking my doctor, you know, or doing my own research. But the thing is, we really put our trust into these medical professionals, just hoping that, why would they ever tell you that you're to take something that's going to give you 5 other symptoms that are worse than the migraines you already have? When you start to play this pro-con game of, well, you know, yeah, my insurance doesn't cover all of it. I still pay $100 more. I can't even believe how much those shot cost. That just blows my mind. $150 a shot, and then you still have it come back in, you know, an hour. But so how long did it take you to start? Like you said, it was about 30 days for you to realize that you weren't having migraines anymore, right?
Yeah. Isn't it crazy?
Skeptic at all?
Well, when I started taking NRF2, like I didn't even think about my migraines. I didn't realize that migraines have a direct correlation with oxidative stress. So I was thinking, oh well, I'll have more energy. I won't be so addicted to caffeine. Hopefully I'll sleep better. I've never been a good sleeper, and I'm just thinking surface things. I didn't even fathom. Like at 31 years old, Alyssa, I just thought migraines, that was my life. That was what the card I was dealt with. It was genetics. And so at 30 days, when I looked back and I was like, wait, have I had a migraine? And so it's one of those things, like I think sometimes, you know, when we get out of bed and we're miserable, we're sore, we're achy, when that goes away, we forget that we ever had it. Yep. And so we forget some of the things that are happening, changes that our body is allowing us to do. But yeah, Jesse and I had to sit down and like go through the calendar, and basically the way I calculated my migraines was by which events in my life did I have to miss? Which events did I have to leave early and go home to go to sleep? And I'm like, oh my God, I haven't had a migraine in 30 days. This is unbelievable. But I didn't know. I didn't know if maybe this Topamax was finally kicking in after, you know, 6 months of being on it, or was it this NRF2? And I wanted to know for sure. So that's why I made that decision to wean myself off of it. And my bank account thanks me and my body thanks me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, guys, this is 17 years. 17 years. She got them at 14. She was 31 when she started to try this. 17 years of migraines. Who would have thought that an herbal blend, like 5 different herbs, was going to help her be able to reduce the oxidative stress, the inflammation in her body? She had tried a bunch of different things. I know so many people on my news feed are like, yeah, I got my tragus pierced, or I'm getting chiropractic, and some of those things can work for people, right? You know, it depends on the person. I'm absolutely a huge chiropractic person. I mean, your spine affecting your migraines, your head is huge, but sometimes you do need to have multiple pieces to the puzzle. And so I really want to close with this, Erika, because you kind of started taking this to have better health, But not only that, but you've been able to take your migraines and turn it into a business that is now starting to bring in, 6 figures of income for you. So can you just take another minute or two and share that with people of what this little yellow pill has ultimately opened up as far as opportunities for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, guys, this was an insane opportunity. What started for me was I was running our gyms. I loved what I did. But I was living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, I was a gym manager. Like we don't make that much, right? And I just thought maybe if this is an extra few hundred bucks a month, at least, my groceries are paid for, or part of my rent's paid for, that kind of thing. And when you start having amazing benefits, you're going to get even louder. You're going to tell more people. But that's all we do. Like, we share this incredible product that is changing lives, that has changed my life, and I get paid to do it. I would have done it for free because I care about my friends. I care about my family. Like, I want them to be on these products. And 1,000%, like, being able to be blessed with an income that is, triple what I was making as a gym manager, let's be honest. And we're just getting started. I mean,
how many trips have you won?
I've been on 4 incentive trips, and we have Mexico in September. So 5 in September.
5 all expenses paid trips for sharing something that helped you be able to be migraine free and that you would have done for free anyway. Girl, your story is so inspiring, guys. I really hope that if you know anybody with migraines, you tag them in this. This is huge. This has been an eye-opener for so many of my clients. 17 years, Erika suffered with migraines, and all it took was one thing to open up her mind of, hey, you know what, maybe I don't have to be completely reliant on medications the rest of my life, and I can have an all-natural solution. So, Erika, thank you so much for taking the last 10, 15 minutes to share your story. I love you, girl. Enjoy your day, and hope this inspired some of you guys. Mwah.